So we are going to do lesson 3.2, the extra practice. So this lesson is about algebra and connecting addition and multiplication. So it starts off by saying you can add to find how many are in all. You can also multiply to find how many in all when you have equal groups. So here it's showing us that we have, It's showing us that we have three equal groups. See, we've got three big groups, and each group has two inside of it. So we have three equal groups of two. So one way that you could find the answer is to do 2 plus 2 plus 2. We know that 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 more would equal 6. You can also say 3 times 2 equals 6. So the factors are 3 and 2. Those are the numbers that we are multiplying because we have 3 equal groups of 2, and the product means the answer in a multiplication problem. The product is 6. So it tells us down here that 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6, and it's the same thing as saying 3 times 2 equals 6. So let's work on the problems down here. Write related addition and multiplication sentences for the model. So here, let's look at how many squares we've got. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just going to note over here that we have 4 groups of how many in each? 1, 2. We have 4 groups of 2. So the number that comes first tells us how many times we're going to add that number. So you notice here we've got 4 blanks. That's this number. And then we're going to have 2 on each because we are adding together 2 4 times. So if we go ahead and count the dots, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that would be our answer. Instead of counting individual dots, we could also skip count by 2s. So we could count 2, 4, 6, 8, and we would know we have 8 that way as well. So then we are going to write the multiplication sentence. So the number that goes first is 4 because this multiplication sign means equal groups of. So we would read this as we have blank equal groups of blank. So we know that we have 4 equal groups of 2, and we know that our answer is 8. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 8 is the same thing as saying 4 times 2 equals 8. Moving on to number 2. Let's count how many equal groups we have. We've got 1, 2, 3 equal groups. And then we need to count how many we have in each. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in each. So we have 3 equal groups My pen is doing very weird things. We have 3 equal groups of 4. All right? So when we have 3 equal groups, that tells us how many blanks we're going to have. And then we know that there's going to be a 4, that we need to add the number 4 together 3 times. Because it's like saying 4 plus 4 plus 4. So when we skip count by 4s, we've got 4, 8, 12. So our answer here would be 12. if you don't know how to skip count by fours, you can also count how many dots there are all together. Then down here for the multiplication sentence, remember this sign means equal groups of. So we know that we counted over here that we have 3 equal groups, and that each group, so it means 3 equal groups of, each group has 4. So it's 3 equal groups of 4, and we know that our answer is 12. So 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12 is the same thing as saying 3 times 4 equals 12. Now, down here it says draw a quick picture to show the equal groups. Then write related addition and multiplication sentences. So our question here says 4 groups of 3. So we need to draw 4 groups first. I'm going to draw circles. So we have 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, and 4 groups. And then the number that comes after the of tells us how many to put into each group. So we are going to put 3 into each group. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. So the number that comes first tells us how many blanks we're going to have. The number that comes second tells us what to put on each blank. So we are going to add the number 3 together 4 times. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. To find the answer, we can skip count by 3. So let's skip count. 3, 6, 9, 12. So our answer is 12. I don't know if you noticed, but over here at the top, we have 3 equal groups of 4. Is 3 equal groups of 4 the same thing as 4 groups of 3? Yep, because we got the same answers up here. It's just switched. So now 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 12. And that's the same thing as saying that we have 4 equal groups of 3. So then we know that 4 times 3 is going to equal 12 because we skipped counting to find the answer. Now, the very last question says 2 groups of 3. So I need to draw 2 groups. You can sort of chop this sentence up. You know that you need to have 2 groups. So you would draw 2 groups. And then we need to put 3 in each because the number that comes after the of is how many we're going to put in each group. Now, what number are we adding together 2 times? We are adding 3 plus 3. We can also skip count and say 3 and then 6. So we do 3 plus 3 equals 6. And that's the same thing as saying 2 equal groups of 3 equals 6. So then we get our answer there. Notice that when we do repeated addition, when we're learning multiplication, the same number is going to be on all the addition blanks. So we're not adding a bunch of different numbers together. We're adding the same number over and over again. That's why it's called repeated addition. All right, awesome job today, friends. Good job.